something that is going to make a huge difference in your business for sure. And I am trying something totally different. And if I'm looking in different directions, it's because I am doing a simultaneous live stream on Instagram as well as Facebook and YouTube, and we'll see how that goes. I'm so excited. Today I'm going to share with you Agent Systems of Success. And here's a book. This is my new book, which is a best-selling book. It rose in a couple of days to the top of new releases. And I'm so excited. I co-authored this with Tanya Eldert, who is our Director of Training Development here at Realty Partners. And it's available on Amazon. And I want to talk about that book for just a minute. And I want to talk about systems of success and what makes this book so different and why I really think you ought to get a copy. You can find it on Amazon. Just search for it, Agent Systems of Success. And I'll also put a link into the comments once the broadcast has ended. So my background really is as an entrepreneur. I built some very successful tech companies before I got into real estate. And when I first got into real estate, my goal was to build a mega team. And I set out to do that. I did almost 100 transactions, 97 transaction sites my first year at RE/MAX, and built success from there and built a successful real estate brokerage, a successful title company. And the title company has scaled to doing many thousands of transactions. And so how was I able to do these things? And what is it that sets a successful business apart from a business that does not succeed? What sets a successful superstar agent that consistently, not sometimes, but consistently produces outstanding results apart from, someone that just goes through life hit and miss and has a fantastic year and then has a lousy year and doesn't know why the hell things have changed? And the answer to that is systems. I learned a long time ago, and it's still my belief, that having a poor system, a lousy system, is better than having no system at all, because you can then see what works and what doesn't work, and you can fine-tune it and improve it. I've been doing trainings for the last 3 years here at our local realtor boards as part of the Boost program, teaching agents how to run their business as a business. And a lot of that was centered around systems. And when I first became an entrepreneur, one of the books that really changed everything for me was Michael Gerber's E-Myth. And if you haven't read that book, I highly recommend it. There was a follow-on copy that is called, the E-Myth Revisited, and then E-Myth for Real Estate. And, as I talked to Tanya and she shared with me, first she was so excited about the E-Myth for Real Estate. And then it was a big letdown because there were no systems. You need to have systems, but what systems do you use? What systems do you need? And when I first got into this business, into the real estate business, I learned a long time ago from Tony Robbins, one of my mentors, that success leaves clues. So you got to find people that are accomplishing what you want to accomplish and see what it is that they're doing, how they're thinking, how do they go about their business. And most importantly, what are their systems? Because there are systems that they deploy. There are things that they do every time the same way, all the time. And that is what we have done here with our book, Agent Systems of Success, which is not only a book that, teaches you how to run your business, and it's about 170 pages, but it is a book that gives you the systems, whether you are a brand new agent just starting out. Let's say you just got your license, you don't even know where to start, or you're just getting moving and you want to build a successful solo practice, or let's say you are a successful solo practitioner and you're thinking about building a team. How do you go about doing that? And let's say you have a successful team and you're thinking in the back of my mind, maybe I should start my own brokerage. And we're going to discuss that, whether or not that's a great idea and what you need to look out for if that is what you want to do. So this book is not just a book, but it's also a workbook. And because there's so much stuff to it, we have a separate website with downloadable content. So in this book, you will receive a code that you can then use to register on that website and have free access to the downloadable content, which includes KPIs and budgets and worksheets and so much more, everything that you need to run your business. And again, whether you're just starting out or you're a successful team leader or looking to start your own brokerage, or you are a broker owner, you're going to find valuable content in here. So this is all about systems. It talks about why systems are important, what kind of systems you need at each different stage in your real estate business, and then it gives you the specific systems that you can employ to grow your business. So whether you are a super successful agent or you're just starting out, this book is going to have some amazing content for you. You can get it on Amazon.com. Just search for Agent Systems of Success or search by my name. You're going to find it. It's $29.95, I think. And please go ahead and leave a review. We want to hear from you. You can also direct message me, of course, if you have any questions. And you'll have the ability to get your own copy, author signed, and even the opportunity to get it for free, because we're going to give away some of them at the Florida Realtor Convention. So if you're in Florida next week, from Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to be actually exhibiting. Realty Partners is having a huge booth. You can't miss it. And we're going to have a couple of signings and where you can meet the authors. You can talk to myself and Tanya Eldert. And if you have questions about the book, questions on how to grow your business, please stop by. Now, again, the name of the book is Systems of Success. Systems are so important. When I talk to my agents, I like to stress the fact that you need to have systems for each aspect of your business. So how do you answer your phone? How do you talk to buyers? How do you talk to sellers? What is your process when you set up showings? What is your process for getting feedback? What is your process for setting up, promoting, and conducting open houses? What is your marketing system when you take a listing? What do you do from start to finish? What is your process for presenting offers? What is your process for processing contract to closing? What is your process for closing and post-closing? What are your follow-up processes? What is your process for asking for referrals? These are all systems, recipes, Success leaves clues, which is akin to getting a recipe. And here we're giving you recipes for success. But if you don't follow the recipe or you do something different each time, you're going to get different results. And that's the big challenge in our real estate business. Even agents that are doing very well are doing things on an ad hoc basis. Sometimes they do things this way. Sometimes they do it another way. Sometimes they do a Matterport 3D tour. Sometimes they do something different. Sometimes they'll have aerials or floor plans, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do flyer or postcards, and sometimes they don't. Maybe it's based on the price or where it's located at or what they feel like or how much money they have at the moment. And you cannot run a predictable business that way. When I built my team, it was all 100% based on systems where everything was scripted. And what really gave me the impetus to that, which was a huge aha moment for me, was when I attended a session by a gentleman of Horst Schulze. Now, those of you that don't know who he is the co-founder of Ritz-Carlton. And I had the privilege of meeting with him in the early 90s. So this was in, late 90s. This was in 99, 2000, in that time frame around. It was before I got into business, into the real estate business. I was in the technology business at the time. But I always like to go to seminars and listen to people. And, the Ritz-Carlton experience back then was very different than it is today, now that Ritz-Carlton is franchised. If you've spent time at Ritz-Carlton's, you know that, the Ritz-Carlton in Sarasota is not the same as in Naples or in Miami. It's not the same process anymore. But when Horst Schulze started the Ritz-Carlton, it was very much focused on providing superlative customer service. And if you've ever been back then to Ritz-Carlton, let's say you're something simple like, where's the restroom? They didn't say it's down this way. They would walk you there. They would also take note of all of your preferences. And if you walked into a different Ritz-Carlton 3 months later, they knew exactly what you wanted and how you wanted, whether you wanted your coffee with cream or heavy cream or no sugars or 3 sugars, mundane little things like that. And that added to this whole aura of, oh my God, these are just amazing people. And of course, their motto is ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen. And And, so I wanted to know more about that. And I went to the session, and what I learned is that the Ritz-Carlton experience is totally scripted. It's not that these people are so amazing, and because Margaret is such an amazing person, she goes out of her way to do ABC, but it is the system, the process that they have that allowed to deliver this consistent, incredible high level of customer service. And, they have this dozen of values that every employee carries around with them on the card, and actually replicated that later when I started my team in my first real estate company, where I had, I called it the Bravo Dozen, and we went over it on a regular basis. And so really emulated that because it was so amazing. And that's what I did. I created unbelievable kind of marketing and service that is consistent and the same way all the time, whether it was $1 million listing or $189,000 crap house, the experience would be exactly the same. There was no difference whatsoever when the phone was answered, when we worked with leads. And so systems is the key. And again, as you start your business or as you're growing your business, you need to look at, okay, how can I deploy systems? And you obviously, when you build a recipe, you're going to start with the big chunks first and then work your way down, but you need to implement systems. So this is what this book is about. I'm so proud of it. And I got to give a huge shout out to Tanya Eldert. Tanya is really super focused on the new agents and emerging agents and helping agents get up and running, building a successful solo practice. And she is doing an unbelievable job with that. And, my input was really more on the team side, building your team, because I have expertise at that, and starting your own brokerage and all the things to look out for, as well as, KPIs and various systems that I use successfully in my businesses. But she really did 90% of the heavy lifting, which is why her name is on here first. It's Tanya Eldert and Thomas Hyman. And so this is more than just a book. I invite you to go to Amazon, read up on it. If you can make it to the Realtor Convention, please stop by. And if you can't make it there, go to Amazon. It's well worth it. I promise it to you. If you buy this book and you work through the book and you think that this is, it wasn't any value, then send it back. But I think you're going to love it. And again, there is a tremendous amount of downloadable resources and content. And there's a private Facebook group that you'll be invited to as well. And so our goal is to help you succeed with your business. And we don't care which company you're with. This is not about, our company versus someone else's company. The truth is that when it comes to your success as an agent, your brokerage is really completely irrelevant. It is up to you to make it happen. And obviously there's some brokers that are awesome because they provide incredible value, whereas others don't, but your success in the real estate business is based on two things. Number one, whether or not you have effective systems in your business that allow you to create consistently amazing service and taking massive action. Because, here's the thing. If you have the recipe for the best cake ever, and you had exactly all the ingredients and the syntax and what order to do it, how hot the oven must be, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you have all the ingredients sitting in front of you on your, kitchen counter. If you sit on your hands and you do nothing, guess what? You're going to get nothing. Or if you just start doing things and not following the recipe because it's just too cumbersome, come on, I'm just going to throw everything in a bowl and mix it up together, you're not going to get the result that you want. So systems are just a starting point. You got to take massive action to make it work. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions at all, please comment. And I swear I'm going to look at each of them again. I'm just streaming this right now on 6 different venues between my Facebook pages, groups, YouTube, and Instagram here. And Instagram, looking at Instagram right now. And I will go in later today and answer any questions, comments that you may have. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. And if you're watching the replay and you missed the beginning, then please check back. And again, pick up this book, Agent Systems of Success, a workbook for each stage of your real estate career. And I don't know if it's mirror reversed on Instagram, but you get the picture. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch this.